Hello, welcome to Happy Little Yarn episode 88, I think. Yes. My name is Amy. This is Happy Little Yarn, where I talk about my knitting. I come to you from Leesburg, Georgia. So, hope you have something delicious to drink. I have just a regular coffee, a black coffee from the Keurig, in my happy to be here Disney mug. I hope you have something delicious to drink. Let's talk about knitting. We should do that. That's hot. Hot coffee. Okay. I have no FOs this week. I have some whips. I have a little acquisition, some sewing. Stuff to talk about. Am I too high up? I don't know. I feel like my hair is unusually higher than normal today. How about that? Well, let's see. Well, my camera cut me off. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening because that would be very frustrating. I record on my cell phone, which is a Samsung Note 22 Ultra, I think. I'm not for sure. Yes, I'm an Android user. I do have an iPad to watch YouTube on, and yesterday I was very proud of myself. I finally figured out how to do split screen on the iPad. I've only had it for like 4 or 5 years. Now I can do two things in one, a pattern and YouTube. So exciting. Let's talk knitting. Okay. Let's start with the whip that I did the least amount on this week, and that is my blanket. I have it in a smaller bag this week because I didn't feel like carrying around the big bag, the big clear bag that my Anthology throw. It's not the Anthology throw. It's loosely based on the Anthology throw. But I am knitting my Yarn Cafe Creation Advent minis up into a blanket. And I'm using the Anthology throw by Helen Stewart for the numbers. But I'm not doing any of the design or lace, texture, whatever stitches. All I'm doing is just knitting around and around and around. And all I've gotten done this week, sadly enough, is like 4 rows, which is over 2,000 stitches, I have to say. Actually, it's closer to over 2,000, about 2,400 stitches. So there's that. That's all I've got done this week. As you see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days total on here, and I'm on the 8th day. I quit going in order of the minis that were in the Advent because too many of the same colors were together. So I'm putting too many of the same colors together, meaning blues. As we heard last week, I'm not a fan of knitting with blue. So between each blue, I'm putting a different color between them. So it's not blue, blue, blue. That would kill me. So that's all I've got on the Anthology throw. I'm just going to call it the Anthology throw. It's the blanket, the round blanket. And the goal is to finish this by Christmas. So I really need to hunker down and work on it some. Maybe get this finished this weekend. If I could get one mini every 3 or 4 days, I could have it done by Christmas. Sooner than that. But realistically, I'm not going to knit on this all the time. Oh, I said I was going to talk about sewing first, and I didn't. I think that's what I said. I can't remember what I said before my camera cut me off. Okay. This is a bag made by me. I do not have any more of this fabric, but this is a small bag knit by me, and as you can see, about 1/4 of a blanket can fit in it. I think I'm 30% through this pattern. I think the pattern said I was 30% through it when I last looked. So that's a lot. While we're talking about knitting, sewing, I want to show you a bag I sewed last weekend. I gave it away on Instagram. I had a giveaway on Instagram where over on my sewing account, if you're not following my sewing account, it's at Happy Little Yarn, all one word, _sewing. I'll link it below. But this is the bag I gave away. It's a large project bag. It's pretty big. I don't have anything for size comparison right now, but I mean, hold it behind my head. I have a big head. There you go. It's that big. Alright, and then I'm starting to put pockets in my bag, so it's got 2 pockets in there. 1, 2, and my little label, which I need to update my label because I'm not really using this logo anymore. The sheet that says Happy Little Yarn, now I use a little animation look of myself that has hair on top of her head, kind of like me. But I have this neon green handle on it. The webbing handle is a little bit sturdier than it used to be too. I'm using a different handle, and it's a drawstring project bag. Large, 2 pockets. I'm going to start selling them soon. But I do want to show you one thing I'm about to sew today. I have the coolest fabric ever for you knitters out there. They're knitted jack-o'-lanterns for Halloween or any time of the year. All time of spooky season. So it's got a neon, or not neon, a black knitted contrast fabric. And I'll have knitted pumpkins as the main fabric. I thought that was really cool and I wanted to show y'all. I have 2 smalls cut out right now. I'm trying to have a shop update once a month so I'm not killing myself over it. Because oh my gosh, sewing nonstop can be stressful. So I'm doing it leisurely. I'm going to do like 2 or 4 bags this weekend. I'm trying to knock out all that jack-o'-lantern fabric, the knitted fabric, or the knitted jack-o'-lantern fabric. That way we can move on to the next Halloween fabric. Because it's Halloween season. Right? No, it's not summer. It's Halloween season. Okay, yeah. I thought so. And I forgot to show you, these are the advents I opened this week. For the blanket I just showed you. This is from Yarn Cafe Creations. And there's 2.5 blues in here. There's a lot of blues for it to be 1 week. I need more yellows. I need more oranges. This is kind of purple. This one right here, that's kind of purple, but I don't know. I like it. I do, just not so much blue. This was today's color. I thought it was really pretty. It looked like bubble gum. It kind of reminds me of 11 on Stranger Things. You know, she has the pink dress on and she wears the jean jacket over it in the earlier seasons. I was like, that looks like 11. I like that one. But I am going to start pairing them differently. So it'll be like one day will be blue, next day will be a brighter pink or something. So those are my minis for the week that I opened. I need to put these somewhere. And the next project I have to show you is depressing me. I was so excited last weekend. I finished the body of my Douglas Cardi. I'll just tell you. I finished the body of it. I 3-needle bind off. And, well, I'll show you what I did. I did a dum-dum. Okay, this is a Douglas Cardi by Andrea Mowry using Pretty Twisted Yarns Blacklight collection on DK. And as you can see, I'm finished with the body. So I've joined it. It's now a cardigan that has armholes, 2 armholes, equipped, fully equipped. Let me try it on for you. I'm going to try it on for you. Let me scoot back. Excuse me if you see my sweatpants. I came home and wanted to put on something comfortable. But I did leave my shirt on, my work shirt. So here it is, cardigan. It's kind of like a drop shoulder cardigan. It's the back. I don't know if I go any back further, and the ribbing on the bottom. But the tale of woe is I did the 3 needle bind off perfectly on this side. Flipped it inside out, did the 3 needle bind off, went off without a hitch. Exact stitch count is perfect. The back went perfect. And then I picked up to do the other side of the right panel and forgot to turn it inside out. I was on a Zoom call with friends. I love my Sunday Zooms. I do. But I was so excited to show everybody this cardigan tried on that I was not thinking clearly. And I did not turn it inside out to do the 3 needle bind off. So now I have this big ridge that I'm going to have to unpick and redo. Goal this weekend is to unpick it. Unpick it and sew 2 bags this weekend, at least 2 bags. But that's a Douglas Cardi. So the right panel, I finished the right panel and then I 3 needle bind off, and that's all I did this week on it. Last week I think I was about halfway on the right panel. So that was a little depressing that I did that. I haven't looked at it all week. I didn't want to touch it. I haven't really knit much this week. I'll show you what I've been knitting on. So I have a new cast on. Speaking of last week, if y'all remember, I did Trash or Treasure last week. I'm not going to do it this week because I don't have many bags left. But last week, I had the green cardigan. Someone remembered what the pattern was. It was the Georgetown by Hannah Fetting, I think it was. So I still have it right here because I have not even put away the stuff from last week. My floor is a mess, y'all. This is another project bag, just like the other one I showed you, but this is a large. I think this is a medium. This is either a medium or a large. But it's got the cardigan in there. The green cardigan that I tried on for y'all. It was the Georgetown by Hannah Fetting. And I think I agree with the overall consensus that I am going to frog it. Maybe knit a bigger size, but I don't know if she offers a bigger size. I'll have to look. I don't know what size I was knitting. Probably the XL or XXL. So I'll have to look at the measurements and see what she offers. I am going to frog it. But now I am doing a test knit for Knit California, who is Leslie. I'll put a picture of the California sweater right here. It's her first sweater design, and I am knitting it using some fabulous yarn. If you remember back in 2022 Vlogmas, I had, well, this is minus 5 or 6 minis. I had this mini set from Lemonade Shop. And it was a 2022 December Advent. There were 24 minis. I faded them lightest to darkest, kind of. Or shades, more likely. Like the lightest to the darkest shade. I'm not really doing colors. But I'm using this for the test knit. Because I didn't have a sweater's quantity of fingering weight yet. When she called for the... Actually, I didn't sign up for the test knit. But she was putting out a call for 4XL and 5XL design on knitters to test knit one of those sizes. And I was like, I can do the 4XL because I like it a little roomier. And she said, that's fine. I'm like, I was kind of on the 4XL measurements on her pattern. But I was like 1 inch lower than the pattern numbers, gauge, whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I'm using that mixed with what I do with it. What I do with it? No, where'd it go? There it is. I'm using the Lemonade Shop mixed with Hedgehog fibers, Kidsilk Lace. It's mohair silk. I've never used mohair before. I vowed to never use it, and then I remembered when I was told her I would try to knit it that I vowed to never knit with this. But I'm knitting with it and it's pretty good. It's not fluffing around like I thought it would. But the colorway is Ghost. And I had to order these, so these came in on Monday. And I cast it on a swatch. I swatched. And I almost got gauge. It wasn't enough to re-swatch. The gauge was like 1 stitch over, so I was too tight knitting. And if I went up a needle, I think I would be way off. So I just said, okay, I could stretch it a little bit and it would be the right gauge. But that is with one of the Lemonade Shop minis held with the Ghost mohair from Hedgehog Fibers. And this is how much I have done so far. I'm working on the back panel. So I've actually used 4 colors so far, I think, or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on the 5th color. I'm doing 5 rows of each color. So I thought 24 times 5 is 120, roughly. So I might have to add to the bottom a little. But I wanted the lighter colors up front, up top, around my face. And I wanted the darker colors on the bottom around my belly. I like that look better on me. That's what I got so far. It's very loose gauge. She calls it an open gauge, but it's a very loose gauge. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I've gotten like 20 some rows knocked out in the past 2 or 3 days. That's not bad. Haven't really been feeling like knitting, so I didn't do much. But I was excited to work with the Lemonade Shop Advent because that's been my favorite Advent in the past years. That I keep thinking about, like, oh, this would be perfect for that. This would be perfect for that. But for the neckline, whenever I pick up the neckline, I have a random mini. And I'm going to hold it up here because this was a very white with speckle. So this is a very white mini from Fangirl Fibers last year's Haunted Mansion October Advent. And I'm going to hold it to make the folded collar. I think it's a folded collar, some kind of collar. I don't know. I haven't read into the pattern much. This is color number 5 with the mohair. So as you can see, I'm going lightest to darkest. I thought it would be cool to do lightest to darkest, then fade back into the lightest. But I don't think I have enough yarn. I think each 5 rows I'm doing out of this 20 gram mini takes about 4.5 grams. I am taking thorough notes on this since it's a test knit, so I can measure out the yardage exactly. But each 5 rows on the back panel is roughly, for size 4XL on the needle size, is roughly 4.5 to 5 grams of yarn of the mini skein. I don't know about the mohair. I waited at the beginning and I'll just see how far it gets me. But I'm making sure I have each mini because I want the lightest on the back, and then I'm going to make it mirror on the front where it goes lightest, second, third, fourth, fifth lightest, and then on the sleeves. I'm being very thorough here. Okay, that's whip number 3. And then there is a knit along, make along I want to tell y'all about is crochet knitting and sewing, maybe, if you want. I don't know what else it could be, but it's a emotional support ghost make along. I'm like, that sounds delightful. I might cast on today or tomorrow. The goal is to cast on this weekend, but it's where you make a ghost knitting, crochet, or sewing. Okay, so it's hosted by Nicole of Witch and Knitting Mama. She has a Ravelry group now, so go over and look for her. I'll link her group below. She has an episode on YouTube on the details of the knit along. I will post that below. And I will post her Instagram below because you can tag her in your whip pictures, your work in progress, your finished objects, whatever. But I am going to knit the Grim Grinning Ghost by Susan Claudino. I'll put a picture of it right here. I don't know what color yarn I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use a DK. This color right here, that green, if you can see it, that's a Cherry Pie Cottage. I think, yeah. That would be real pretty, wouldn't it? I was thinking something very bright and happy, but a green ghost might look like a zombie in a way, or some kind of goblin. That'd be fun. But I am going to participate in the ghost along, or the emotional support ghost make along, and that'll be real fun. So all y'all that like ghosty things and want to knit a ghost, come join me and Nicole. Let's all knit one together, or crochet, or I wonder, I was looking up ghost patterns on YouTube. I don't know if strictly ghost toys are what is required, or maybe like a ghost sweater. I don't know. A ghost dishcloth. I don't know. Some kind of pattern on like a knitted fabric. I don't know. I'll have to ask her. I will fill y'all in next time. Let's see. Crafter Spotlight this week. Let's talk about Crafter Spotlight. Okay. Where to go? I befriended the lovely Robin of Robin's Nest Knits. That's a tongue twister to me for some reason. I have to pick up this yarn or else it'll get caught under my wheel. Okay. Robin's Nest Knits, and that's Robin's with a Z at the end. Nest Knits. I have mohair in my mouth. After I said mohair doesn't fluff around, mohair was in my mouth. And also about mohair. Does it give anybody else a headache? Because it kind of gives me a headache when I work with it. I don't know if it's allergies or if it's legit mohair giving me a headache. I don't know. Anyways, Robin of Robin's Nest Knits has a YouTube channel. She's lovely. Her and her husband are retired. They like to travel. She knits. She sews. She's just a lovely person, and she is delightful to watch. So I'm going to link her channel below. I cannot remember how many. It was so exciting because last week, I still don't think Caffeinated Cast-Ons knows who I am. So I watched it and left her a message on her channel saying thank you for sharing. I enjoyed watching, and she didn't like it. But let's see. It was Teresa of Caffeinated Cast-Ons last week. But this week, Robin has 69 subscribers. I think she deserves plenty more than that. She is just a delightful person. And I wanted to show you why I ordered from her Etsy shop. Now, on top of being a fabulous knitter like she is an amazing sewist. So, I saw this in her Etsy shop. That fabric is so whimsy and lovely. It's just spring and, or is it fall? I don't know. Kind of looks like fall with the leaves. Oh, there's a pumpkin. Is that a pumpkin? I don't know what that is. But I thought the robin and the nest and all the little, it was just so happy. And then it's got a pocket on the side, y'all. I've got all my minis I've knit so far in the Lemonade shop. Advent minis. I got them all right there. And then she has such cute bee fabric on the inside. She has just lovely bags in her shop. I had to grab one because, you know, I love a good project bag. But this, her Etsy shop is called Robin's Nest Knits. I will link it below. But let's go show her some love on her YouTube channel. I think she recorded, when's the last time she recorded? She's listed on the spreadsheet. If you don't know the spreadsheet, I compiled a spreadsheet of all the crafty YouTube channels that I know of and people tell me about. She last recorded 2 weeks ago. I will put her below in the description of Crafter Spotlight, where you can find her her Instagram and her Etsy shop and her YouTube channel. But she is just such a lovely person, and she's so sweet. She reached out to me and said thank you for listing her on the spreadsheet. And I was like, you're welcome. And I will list the spreadsheet below as well. Sorry, kind of distracted. I'm trying to find where I did with the spreadsheet. There it is. But yeah, just a lovely lady who her and her husband's retired and enjoying life, and she's crafting all the things. She's I watched a couple of her episodes. She don't have many, but I watched the last 2. Speaking of spreadsheets, I have the podcast spreadsheet. It has over 160 channels on it now, y'all. Y'all are delightfully keeping me busy. I love it. I put over 40 on it yesterday. It was very fun. I was very excited to get all those listed. I subscribed. I found new channels. Checked out a few of them. So I will list the podcast spreadsheet below, the Crafty podcast spreadsheet below, where you can find it. And it has, I also have the Advent spreadsheet. I'm adding 1 or 2 to it today. I haven't updated it. But I know somebody told me Toad Hollow has a new Halloween Advent out. And there was one other. Lemonade Shop put out an Advent box today. I'm not sure which month it coincides with. I want to say December, but it's only a 10-day box. And Hedgehog Fibers. Ooh, today their update is at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Currently it's 12:52 p.m. So I have 38 minutes to jump on that. Today is July 26, 2024, by the way. Friday. Okay, but my question to y'all is, what should I have an idea for another spreadsheet to support my fellow crafty community. I thought about making a spreadsheet of all the shops people have, like Etsy shops, small shops, not like LLCs or corporate or partnerships or whatever. I'm not getting technical. Sole proprietors, like an individual person making bags and dyeing yarn and stitch markers and such and such. If y'all would like to see something like that compiled, let me know. I'm trying to figure out how to put all these spreadsheets on my website, happylittleyarn.com, so y'all don't have to go to Instagram to find the link every time, or an episode to find the link every time. I'm trying to just put it on my website. So if y'all would like to see a small business spreadsheet for bags, yarns, fibers, notions, whatever, let me know. And I will get started on that because I already have a few in mind I would love to list, including Robin of Robin's Nest Knits. Okay. It's been 30 minutes, but I had a few y'all say y'all would love to know about my Advents. Before I jump into Advents, I want to show y'all my one acquisition. I did order a sweater's quantity of Blackbird Sycamore. I have not taken it out of the fabric. I'm sorry. It's called Perfumed Ghost. I mean, it's lovely. It's like a pinky purple gray. I don't want to... Can you see that? It's got like a gray, a tannish beige purple hint to it. I don't know how to describe the color. It's so beautiful. I saw it on her shop. I was like, oh. And then I saw the perfect pattern to go with it. I'll put this down, and I'll put the pattern picture right here. It's called the Muka pullover, I think. I had it on last week to talk to y'all about, and I forgot. Muka pullover. I'll put it right here. And I thought this color would be beautiful knit up into that. So that's the plan. I ordered that for a Muka pullover. I don't know when I'll get to it. I'm just going to put the yarn, the pattern in a bag, and get to it one day. But Advents, let's go back to Advents. Okay. I have Halloween Advents for Vlogtober. And I have Christmas Advents for December. Not Christmas, December Advents. I don't like to call it Christmas because not everybody celebrates Christmas, but some people might want Advent. Not everybody celebrates Halloween, but I could call it October Advent. I'll do that. So for October, let's hit October 1st. I have two 31-day October Advents. Lamb string. I don't know if it's lamb string yarns or lamb string fiber. Or, I think it's lamb string. And I got Fangirl Fibers. Her, I forgot what the theme of the box was. I contacted Fangirl Fibers because I was like, listen, I need a 31-day Advent. What do you have? Do you have anything left for October? And she's like, yeah, I can get the A or get the B. And I got the B. It's a DK one. I think it is solids, tonals, maybe. Tonals and something. I don't know. I cannot remember. But I got Fangirl Fibers and lamb strings. Those are 31-day ones. And then I've got half-month ones. I got Beach Bum Yarn, Halt Knit Yarns. She had a neon collection I wanted. And I got Naughty Knitress. She has a, it's not Progress Keeper. I think it's a stitch marker one. And I got Cornbread and Honey Box, the Halloween Vibes one. She offers two as well. So that's 6 Advents now for Halloween. Don't come at me now, okay? I'm going to sell what I'm not happy with. So I'm not being completely stupid about it. I do have a plan. I just want to see them, and then I will deal with it financially later. That was not the right wording for that. Okay, not financially. I will deal with the overbearingness of yarn later. Financially is fine. I have no problem. So, a 6 October Advents. Okay, now December. I'm just going to go down the list. I have them listed. Freckled Whimsy on top. That's just a skein. Without that one, I have 12 Christmas Advents. Almost 13, if you count Hedgehog Fibers, if I get it. Okay, we got Pretty Twisted Yarns. It's a Lisa Frank inspired themed Advent. Blackbird Sycamore, who still has them listed, is Crafty Advent, or Crafty Cryptid Advent. I will link all these below, by the way, if they're still available. Or they're on my spreadsheet. Get into my spreadsheet. Okay, Pretty Twisted Yarn, Blackbird Sycamore, Discreet Unicorn, Spun Right Round, Fashion School Dropout, Hot Knits, Beach Bum Yarn, Coats and Company, the Naughty Knitress, which is another stitch marker one, Woolly Mama. I did get the Lemonade Shop one. It's only a 10-day one though. And I got the Cornbread and Honey. So that's 12. Okay. Yes, I know these things cost a lot of money. I am at a point in life where I can have a little fun. But I'm not worried about it because spending all that money. Because I do plan on getting my money back with some of these. Not back. I'll sell them at a discount because I'm not going to charge for, well, I will charge for shipping, but the surprise element is gone. So, unless I keep them wrapped up, I don't know. I don't know which ones I like and which ones won't speak to me, but the ones that don't speak to me, I want to release back into the wild to one of you lovely crafters, and the ones that speak to me, I will keep. It's that easy. So, we'll know more come into December or January, which ones I'm going to keep and which ones I'm going to release back into the wild. I want to show y'all something. Y'all want to see something funny? I want to show y'all something funny. Okay, y'all don't have to tell me I have a problem. I know I do. I am a hoarder. I do know I am a yarn hoarder. So don't come at me. But this bag I'm about to show you is all Advents from years past. Not last year, but years before. I don't know how many that is, but it's a lot. Okay, and this is all last year's advents. Minus the couple that I have in project bags, ready for a project. And minus the lemonade shop out of the other one. I just thought that was funny. I was trying to go through all my bags looking for lemonade shop, and I was like, good gosh, these are a lot of advents. I'm going to knit them. I can't knit all this in one lifetime, so I am going to set them free into the wild one day. I just have to take time and do it. Okay. Life. Let's talk life real quick, and then we're going to end this thing. I am sick. My boss went on vacation last week. Every time he goes on vacation, he gets sick. He got sick last weekend. He didn't come into work Monday. Good. Keep your germs at your home. He came into work Tuesday, came in my office, had to show me something, and sneezed. I am sick now. It's just a little tickle in my throat right now, but he sounds horrible this week. So excited to see if I get the full-blown sickness. So if I do not record next week, it is because I am sick and sound horrible. I hope I don't get sick, full-blown sick. But two other ladies, my two ladies I manage that came in today were like, we feel kind of crappy. I'm like, yeah, I do too. They're like, you too? I'm like, yeah. I was like, he always comes into work sick. He's never gotten me sick before, but this time he got me sick. I'm just going to have to blame him. He's a great guy. He just does not have the time to miss work. And I understand that. But I hate getting sick. So, Okay. Next week, if I record next Friday and publish next Saturday, we have a topic we're going to discuss. Advent minis, or just mini skeins in general. What to do with them. Now, I'm not talking specific patterns or anything like that. I'm talking specific things you can do with any pattern with a mini. But I want to know from you, if you don't mind leaving a comment below, what's your favorite thing to do with minis? Blankets, sweaters, techniques, anything. Just tell me. It doesn't have to be knit or crochet. Do you weave with them? Is there something else I don't know about? I would love to know. I have a list of things I want to talk about already. But I just thought I would get y'all's 2 cents in to see if there's something I haven't thought about to talk about the use of mini skeins. I thought it'd be fun. But that's all I've got to say for today. This weekend is going to be very chill. I'm going to stay home, enjoy my mortgage, and knit. And so, as y'all can see, my sewing machine is out. Ain't she pretty? Yeah. And the chickies are out, guarding the machine right now. We got little Lisa, little Amber, and little Andrea. And there was something else I wanted to discuss with y'all. I can't remember. As usual, I didn't write it down, and I forgot. So, on that note, I'm going to leave y'all. I hope y'all have a great day, great night, whatever time you're watching this. I will see you next week, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Bye.